Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Sara and I know it's dark and I don't care. You can listen to me if you want to. If you don't want to, it's your business, it's not mine. I was talking to you actually and I was not dying yet. Astaghfirullah. I was talking to you and I got the idea to talk about when I went to live in Germany, what happened, and when I came here to live here in Dubai, and how and what happened. All right, so I want to share with you this. I have 20 minutes of drive, that means 25 at least, for me to share with you this story. Yeah, let's do it. I'm kidding. I had control. All right, so when did I join Germany? So I was 20 years old. It was 5 years back, 20 years old. I always knew that I had to leave the country. I had to leave Italy ASAP. Simply. No, not ASAP. As soon as possible. And the reason why is because I did not see any type of growth in there. Like, how does it work? You will study till you finish your 5th grade, then you're gonna apply for a job. They might give you a proper job with a proper salary, as they might give you a job where they're gonna tell you you are junior, so you're getting half of the salary or even less. All right, so this is literally how it works. Me, honestly, I was lucky. And already when I was 18 and I worked on summer, I was gaining mine 1,600 euros, something like that, literally working with children. So I was like, it was a decent amount of money, I think, because I ended up in a good company, and that's it. So that's it for that summer. It was okay. And then I did volunteering. I didn't really work. No, then I was not lucky. Then I did the same job for another company, and they literally paid me 700 euro a month. And I was working from 8 in the morning till 11 night. That, like, you literally had time at night to get a shower, and that's it. And then you were working the whole day long. 700 euro. Imagine that. And so that was the situation in Italy. I never saw growth. I always wanted to open a YouTube channel, but I never did it because everyone was like, just go and work and shut up. This type of behavior. So I was from Venice. Venice is like, no one is energetic. Everyone, like, male are like so shabby, raga, so shabby. So proprio energia, like svegliate fora. Like, yeah, you understood, yeah, right? So I was like, I will never stay in this country. And I remember when I was at school, what's her name? Let's call her teacher. She was asking about everyone's idea of university, like, which university would you like to choose? And of course I was planning to leave the country, but I was not really saying it, right? Because it was not still something sure that I would have left the country. And everyone raised their hands and they were like, I want to go to this university, I want to go to this university. Guys, I was coming from a toxic household. Last thing what I wanted to do after my school was literally signing up for a university and having to stay in that house for other 4 years. Are you kidding me? I wanted to escape ASAP, like as soon as possible. Thank God now I said as soon as possible. Like, I wanted to leave that household. So the first thing what I did was I spoke with my mother, but actually I did not have to. She literally came directly to me and she was like, Sara, she literally came in my room and she was like, Sara, oh my God, thinking about that is crazy. Sara, I will give you, thank God I know my name, I will give you 2,500 euro. Remember, I did not have any cash, anything at all right? And I was doing my exams. I still did not know if I was if I passed the year or not, I swear, because hey, that year was crazy. I will give you 2,500 euro cash and you will find your way somewhere. I was like, yep. For me, that time, 2,500 euros sounded like would sound today 25,000. Like today, if you give me 25,000 as a gift, then I'm like, oh, thank you. If it's a loan, I'm like, all right. So she gave me 2,500 euro, and I really thought that I could manage it with that 2,020, whatever. All right. So then I booked the flight for the UK because I wanted to go to London. I paid the apartment. I paid the tickets, gave the deposit for the apartment, and did all the payments that I needed to do. And if you remember, it was COVID time, so it was July 2020, July 2020. So as it was COVID time, we went to the airport and I had Moroccan passport, and there was the situation of the Brexit of the UK from Europe, right? So my mother, she had the residency, in the UK. So we thought, and they had Italian passport. I'm not gonna say why they had Italian passport and I did not, but they had Italian passport and I did not. And it's a long story. And let's say, long short story, they did not let me pass like Ryanair, the really expensive flights. They did not let me pass. They told me you are not allowed to go to the UK because if we let you go, most probably you won't be capable to stay there. They will send you back. Even though I was going with my mother, like my mother, in order to make me pass the border, she would have come with me, and then there I would have applied for a job and everything, like everyone, right? And then they didn't let me go. So it was me with my luggage there, and I was like, they didn't let me go. And I was crying while going back home. I lost all the money for the apartment, for the flight, of course, because they can decide to deny you the flight, even though you're allowed, but they just decide to deny you the flight, but they don't reimburse it back to you. And after this experience, I was at home and I was literally depressed, and I was like, what's next? What's next? Last thing what I'm willing to do is stay at home. It's COVID time, so I cannot even work. I'm gonna be depressed. I'm gonna be dying if I stay here. So I literally, guys, you can literally call me teenager. Like, I just finished my graduation, my school, and I was not a teenager anymore, but my brain was not mature enough, honestly speaking. And I started looking for apartments in Spain, in Germany. I did not care where. I just wanted to leave. My luggage was still closed. Like, I never really wanted to stay in Italy, even though they didn't let me go to the UK. So I just remember that after 1 week, I received a message at 10 in the morning, and this message was saying, no, I received it at 8 in the morning, and at 10 in the morning, it was when I read it. And it was saying, if you come today till 10 p.m, I can make sure that you get my apartment. Guys, I did not ask for ID. I did not ask for contract. Nothing. I went to my mother and I said, I'm going to Germany. She was like, what are you saying? I was like, I'm going to Germany. So at 10 I woke up, I read this message. I remember I was still in my bed like this and I was reading the message. At 12 I was greeting my mother and I left home. I took the train. I was late for the train, so I lost even the money for the train. I remember I asked my cousin to book for me a train because the money that I had, it was cash. It was not in the card. I did not have a card at the moment. I think I had only Revolut. But you know, Revolut, you cannot really, like, I could not charge the money in there. So I told her, please pay for me this ticket because I lost the opportunity. I don't have money in already, and I will reimburse, give you the money back once I'm done. So she paid it for me. I went to Germany. Of course, I gave her the money back. When I arrived to Germany, there was some issues in the border in Switzerland. I think they stopped some people. For me, it was fine. They let me go. Thank God. And and afterwards, when I arrived in Germany, in Munich especially, if you know Munich, I arrived in Hauptbahnhof, or is the train station. Guys, there's the subway, the metro that goes up, the train, there's the tram, there's the buses. Like, there's so many ways to move in there. I was just looking. Google Maps was telling me to go to the S-Bahn, and I was like, where is this S-Bahn? Like, there's like 30 entrances, like 30 train stations, literally, like entrances for trains, 30 plus. I remember like 34. And I was out, I was walking, and nothing. And it was me with the cash on one luggage and the other luggage with clothes. I was full of luggages, etc. And it was 2 a.m. I think on a Saturday, I'm not sure. But it was 2 a.m. Guys, a homeless guy came to me and was like, are you lost? And I'm like, yeah, I am. It's like, if you show me where are you going, I can help you. And I can help you. I showed him where I had to go, and he literally helped me, and we were talking, etc. He helped me. He literally brought me till the entrance of the place. I gave him some cash, and that's it. That's how. And then I went to the apartment. Thank God it was real, and I paid her. I gave her deposit and everything cash, and Our Lady, half of the money that I had was finished the first day. Then I just found my way to leave, etc. And this is a whole another story. Now about Dubai. I said not last year, 2 years back, like, my dream to come to Dubai. I have this dream since 2014. Go my dear, go. Since 2014. But I never really did a move to come in here. First of all, because when I was in Germany, my ex was eating my money. So I did not even have savings to buy myself an iPhone. Imagine to come to Dubai. Afterwards, I think with the lights it's better. Afterwards, I told him in 2023, when we broke up, I understood that I wanted to come to Dubai. So I told him I want to go to live to Dubai. When we came back, I told him so, right? And he was like, yeah, we can do it, but please give me 2-3 years that I learn the language, because he did not know English. And I'm like, all right, I give you 2 years. If within 2 years you do not improve in any type of way in English, then I'm gonna go myself. So I gave him this chance. He not only did not improve in English, he literally finished my savings. So think that I had my savings. I tell you honestly, I put it 10,000 euro on the side by living my best life. By living my best life. I'm not talking about putting 10,000 euro on the side because I was locking myself home. By living my life, I put it 10,000 euro on the side within 4 months, 5 months, something like that. And then we came back together. I had savings and I had a good salary because I got promoted. And I left my job because I had a good salary, and the government would have given me good money, and I wanted to focus in something else. Guys, if I tell you that instead of focusing in something else, he ate my money while I was not working, and I had to go back to work because he literally ate my savings. So the money that I was getting from the government was not enough to live. So my plan was to live with my savings and live with, to keep my savings and live with the money that I was getting from the government. But instead of doing that, he ate all of my savings. So I would have never stayed without having savings and living with that small money that I was getting. So imagine that. So I decided to go back to work. So I went back to work, and my salary was even higher because I ended up in an even better company. I thought I'm gonna put so much money on the side again, Guys, I was putting around 1,500 euro on the side, and this person was literally having always a reason for me to give him this money. Always having a reason for me to have to give him this money. And I did this for the first month. I said, okay, it's temporary. I did it the second month. I said, it's temporary. The third month, I knew I was getting even more money in my salary, and I was like, am I willing to give it to him? And I'm like, no. So I broke up with this person, and I crashed out, because I remember it was the 15th of March when I broke up with him. I crashed out, and after crashing out, I was like, all right, and now what's next? Because I don't have money, I don't have anything. I cannot even leave this apartment that is actually mine, but I don't want him here with me, but he will never leave because he's broke as fuck, and he will use the excuse that because he doesn't have money he will not leave, and I'm living the same life, and I don't want to live this life. I want to go to Dubai. I want to follow my real dream. So I told him really clearly. I started crying. I cried for the next 20 days. For the next 20 days, I was literally crying. Even I say 20 days because the last day I cried was my birthday, was the 5th of April. I remember my mother calling me and she was like, happy birthday, how are you? If I tell you that I passed my birthday, I always passed my birthday till I came here in Dubai. Passed my birthday crying my soul out. So I was crying, and she was like, why are you crying? Because I want to leave this country, I want to leave this place, I don't want to see that man anymore, and he's literally living in my apartment. I want to go to Dubai, and and she's like, do it. And I was like, you know what, you're right. I worked, but actually I worked for Dubai even before. From the 15th of March I started working hard. I worked 2 months. My mother gave me 3,000 euro, and in 2 months, guys, I literally worked day and night. Literally day and night. I was working morning shift or afternoon shift and night shift, always doing 1 or 2 shifts, like straightforward. I did not care about sleeping. I stopped the gym, I stopped eating protein, I stopped spending money on personal trainer and on protein powders, etc., because I was like, now every cent counts. I put it 7,000 on the side, my mother gave me 3,000, so within 2 months I got 10,000 euro on the side, and I literally booked the tickets to go without coming back. I just booked the tickets, closed my contract in Germany, closed my bank account, closed everything, so that I did not have any reason to go back to Germany and any possibility to go back to Germany. Imagine, the mother of my ex, she even told me, I hope it will not work out in there, saying that it was because out of love, but thinking about that afterwards, no one out of love would wish you the worst. Literally no one. So that's not out of love, that's out of egoism, out of selfishness. So yeah, then I took the flight. And when I took the train the first time to go to Germany, hi, what? No, I'm doing a video. Wait. So I literally just met a friend that came here only to talk to me. He was so nice. So yeah, that said, I was saying oh my god, I completely forgot what I was saying. But yeah, then I think I arrived to the fact that I put it 10k on the side, and I felt like when I was in the airplane, like I remember my ex took me to take the flight, and he was like, how do you feel? And I was like, I'm feeling like I'm going to the supermarket, like nothing really deep, nothing really special. And that's the thing about me, like I never really, when there's a massive change, I never really feel fear or anything. I'm just feeling like, as long as I don't die, as long as someone is not hitting me till I can die, I don't mind whatever happens to me. Like, the worst case scenario, I will book a ticket and go to my mother and stay there a couple of months, put some money on the side, and then leave the country again. Literally, this is the way that I think. So this is how I left. Like, let me tell you, I'm kind of afraid that if I get an opportunity with such a high salary from a place like Kuwait, Riyadh, etc., even though I don't know the culture there, I don't know anything, guys, I'm taking my stuff literally tomorrow and I'm leaving. This is the way that I am. I'm literally not someone that is scared from changes, etc., etc., etc. So yeah, that's how I joined Germany, and that's how I joined here in Dubai. And let me tell you that honestly, you should learn something from this. The train comes and will not wait for you. The train comes, has its own timing, and it will depart. So it's up to you to decide to jump in that train, wait for the next one if hopefully it's gonna come, or just be that afraid that you will never jump. But I remember when I met my multimillionaire friend, I tell you this, he literally said something that is sounding in my brain every day. And I will do also an Instagram post about it. What you're not thinking in your 20s, you will not do in your 30s, and you will not have in your 40s. This is what he said. And I used the first 5 years, because I remember that I heard also this, like I live out of these phrases, I swear on God. I read this phrase that was telling me, that was saying, live your first 20, between 20 and 25 years, be as bold as possible. Be as bold as possible. Take all risks between 20 and 25. And that's what I did. I took all the risks between 20 and 25. Now I'm still taking risks. However, these are more calculated risks than before. Like, now I would not just change country like this. Like, now I want a contract, now I want an apartment, now I need to figure out how to book a plane for my cats. Like, now I have responsibilities that before it was me, myself, and a luggage. Like, even if it was a picture of my family or someone, I would just leave it where I was living. I would not even take it with me. It was me and my luggage. Now, slowly, my luggage is growing, and with this luggage also responsibilities are growing, so I would not be that bold as I was till this year. However, be as bold as possible between your 20-25, and still be bold between 25 and 30 or any age, as long as you're doing it because you're doing it for your happiness, and not just I wanna jump from a plane or I wanna hike the mountain. Yes, this is something that gives you adrenaline, but it's not the type of bold that I'm talking about. Do you get me? Do you get me? So yeah, that's it. If someone thinks about that, it's crazy the way that I just moved countries and I was like, and a homeless in Hauptbahnhof München. Like, if you lived in Hauptbahnhof in München, you would know Hauptbahnhof München at that time is not safe at all, especially if you have cash. And I literally showed to this homeless where I lived and I showed the cash in front of him because I was giving him cash. So yeah, life is amazing. Life is an amazing journey, and we gotta every time this guy comes and is like, why she's recording in the car, yeah, we're gonna enjoy it till the max. Guys, thank you very much for watching this video. I love you. Talk to you. Bye. I don't want to give you kisses because otherwise it's gonna think like I'm doing OnlyFans. Bye.